All right, so you've got your flute and you're ready to put it together. So first things first, take a look at your case, okay? Most cases are going to have a label either on one side, or this one has a label on both sides, okay? So look at what I've done here on this one. This one has GES2 on the top, right? Two labels. This is the top. So you want to make sure that that is facing up when you open your case. Another good way to check is that the latches are going to flip up when you have the proper side facing up. Okay? Alrighty. So, you got that first. Now, there's three different parts of your flute. You've got your head joint, the largest piece, which is the body, and your foot joint. Okay? Foot, because it goes on the end. First thing you want to do is take the head joint. Now, there's nothing special that you need to adjust on this. This top piece does wiggle in and out, but you just can leave it. You don't have to mess with it, okay? It does come off, but the best thing to do is just leave it right where it is. Next piece, the body, right? Head, body, makes sense. When you look at your body, you can see that there's lots of different keys, but there's a space here that's called kind of the collar, right? And you can see I've got a name on here and maybe even a serial number. That's where my head joint is going to go in, okay? And you can see even where they're going to line up, okay? So what you want to do is grasp your body of your instrument by where there are the least amount of keys. And then the head joint doesn't have any keys, so you can get a nice grip and just wiggle it back and forth. If you've got a brand new instrument, it might just take a little bit of effort. Now, you don't want to push it all the way in till it clicks, right? Leave a little bit of space. You can see I've got like kind of a that non-polished spot, okay, just a little bit left. What you also want to do is line up the opening here, where you're going to blow your air across, with the very first key on your instrument. So, this might be a little bit hard to see in terms of which key. There are keys that lay flat, these like double keys, they don't move. But this first one does move. Okay, so you're going to line it up with that first one that moves. And I like to look down my instrument and make sure that opening is there. Okay, and that's pretty good. Now I can set that down, and I'm going to grab my foot joint. Okay, so really there's only one place this is going to go, right? So if my head joint is here, my body is here, then the foot is going to go on the end. Now first thing, we're going to again grasp the body by where there are the least amount of keys. Least amount of keys here, I can kind of grasp it like this, and just wiggle. Little wiggles back and forth, little wiggles, until it's all the way in. All right. Now, I think we initially think, okay, well, maybe the circles should line up. But in fact, I want my circles on the body to line up with this almost comma-looking key here, and that's where my pinky's eventually going to go. Okay. So let me just do this one more time, a little bit quicker, so you can see how to put my flute together. And again, if you're having trouble pushing anything in, don't force it, okay? Don't force. Okay, so I have checked. I have a label on both sides, but GES2 is facing out. I've got my flaps that turn up when I am opening my case. First thing, take my head joint, my body, goes together at the collar, wiggle, 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 line it up with that first key that moves. Then I take my foot joint, again grasping where there are the least amount of keys, wiggle, 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 and lining up the circle with the pinky. And that's it. Now when you take it apart, you just do the reverse. Now when you put it in your case, okay, your foot joint has kind of like a big knob here, right? Lots of keys. That's going to go in that open space there. The head joint is another easy thing to see because there's like a wide space for where the mouth plate is, or the lip plate. And then the important thing for the body is there's another little comma guy that's sticking out. That should go on the inside of the case, not facing the place where you close it, right? So it's on the inside of the case. Close it up. You're good to go.